Hello, everybody. Went had the pump disconnected this morning really quick. Wasn't expecting it to be that quick. So I stopped over at my mother's house. Haven't seen her since all this bullshit started. Filled her in and everything that happened to start with up until this point. But when I walked in the door and looked over at her, I walked over and I lost it. Almost 63 years old. It doesn't matter. I lost it. I saw my mom. But when you're as Irish as I am, a good deep cry lasts about 47 seconds. And you stop, you get your shit together, you sit down. Maybe you have a beverage or just talk and she gave me something today that she has two letters from my second grade teacher, Miss Doherty, who also happened to be my mother's second grade teacher. Miss Doherty retired after I had her. 1968, I think it was. So, she lived around the corner from us. She was a short but kind of large woman who had definitely a bigger shoe on one side. She had something going on there, but what a woman. So one of the letters is a handwritten note giving my mother kind of an update and how my mathematics were down from the term before or something, and particularly in subtraction. And she goes on to detail how I should get a box of buttons and use this and some other things to help me with my math. And this whole thing is a lesson. It's an entire lesson from a teacher that we didn't have to do this. And it's funny because she mentions buttons and pennies. At Halloween, she didn't give out candy. She gave out pennies. And I think it was little sandwich bags. I look forward to the money. I remember that. Somebody else used to give out bags of popcorn right around there. Back then, we still had a lot of, handmade stuff. But I particularly look forward to getting Miss Doherty's pennies. Nice lady. Nice lady. But, yeah, this is handwritten note. Also, what I came home with was a typed note that she sent personally to my mother, explaining how we used to give teachers presents, a little Christmas present. It says in the note how she still has from 1941. Now this was 1967, 68, but from 1941 when she had my mother, I think it's a Mr. and Mrs. Claus candles that my mother had given her, and they had been on her mantle for 27 years. And it's just nice typewritten note and everything. I brought that one home. See, the thing is these letters are some of the things that survived the fire. And 20-something years ago, my parents lost the house they had been in about for 40 years or so, and nearly everything inside of it just gone. It was horrible. It was horrible. Now, eventually somebody else bought what was left and rebuilt it and whatever, but there's honestly, the way the guy rebuilt it, there's nothing really left of the original house there. It looks like it, but I'll tell another way how he did it. The guy was being a sneak, but anyway. So certain things survived the fire. My father's DD-214, they call it, from when he got out of the Army. Some photographs, water damage stuff, but my mother can't figure out how these letters survived. I'm mad because they asked me to take my grandfather's big picture down before, and it was only a few weeks before this happened, and I said, I'll get it the next time I come up, and then it was gone in the fire. But the fire was so bad, all the floors had holes burned through them. The house was about 150 years old, I think, at the time. So pretty dried wood. But anyway, so yeah, yeah, I lost it. Like I said, 47 seconds. Get your shit together. Get back to it. But I got to say, I hope Karen sees this. I don't know if she watches any of my videos, but I've been in a good mood. I went and visited a cousin, had some coffee, just went to the supermarket. But I've been in a good mood since then. Next appointment is 2 weeks from now. And the Sox will win in 6-0. That's good, but I can't remember being in a good mood for like 6 or 7 months now. Came home, watched Hercule Poirot episode that I'd never seen before. I don't know if it's new or not, but it was good. And then watched a few farming videos. And then just really been watching the Sox game. And they're tearing Toronto apart. Thank God. This season started so horribly that I did not expect anything out of them. And now I guess if they were in the Central Division, they'd be in first place possibly, but the hitting is coming together. The pitching's still struggling. I can tell that, I'm going in and out of here, but I'm not turning any lights on. I like the color of the earth at this time of the day. And from here, you blink and it's dark and you don't even notice it. So I mentioned before the birds coming on the porch and eating my seed. So I bought them some seed today. I thought they might be interested in that. Nope. Had to scare them out of one of my raised beds again. I've seen all different kinds of birds. But today I thought the cardinal was back again. Then realized it's not the same one. I have 2 male cardinals visiting here, too. This one is much bigger, much rounder, I'm assuming more adult. The other one still is more kind of juvenile. But 2 of them, crazy. Everybody always talks about when the cardinal comes of it, it's somebody from your past, a long gone relative, or whatever it is that's coming to visit. Well, you know what? I'm good. You can stay home. You can stay in your nest. Stop eating my goddamn seed. So the other day, pulled out a potato. I got that in the cabinet. We're going to grow some eyes on that and hopefully grow that into a bunch more. But I got a whole crop, the green coming up from the potatoes, some of the potatoes I planted, but I also have a tomato. My first tomato has appeared. So that's very exciting. I mean, I never really get too much out of these things, but watching these farming videos, I realize those guys have to plant millions of seeds every year in the hope they just get a decent crop. And these seeds look so strange because they're chemically manufactured now. When they buy the seed, they're told from the time they go in the ground, it'll take 30 days for blah, blah, blah to grow, whatever. So they somehow the scientists have managed to do these things. So not everything has to be harvested at once. But the colors are unusual on the things, and they all look like little balls, so they must be encased in something. I really enjoy watching his farming videos because I never had any idea what these guys did before. Well, my cousin mentioned to me today, we were talking about the land out there that they don't plant in, because you can't plant too much and the produce prices will go down, yada, yada, yada. So he turns to me, he goes, you know who owns all that land? I goes, no, he's Bill Gates. So 2 minutes ago before I started this video, I pulled up the YouTube, and he has the article, the very first one. I swear to God, your phones and everything you have listen to you. Who owns all that farmland? The headline says Bill Gates. And I was like, oh my God, I never even heard this mentioned before. What he needs with all that, I don't know. The guy is out of his nut. I think he has been for a long, long time. And he apparently is a pedophile. So, sick. But here I go. I say one word every time, and when I post a video, I have to say "not for kids" because I might swear once, and I don't want to get in any trouble or anything. But I'm in a good mood. It's been a while. Smooth. Karen's out right now, as Carrie said, visiting boyfriend number 2. Every year she goes to this charity event. I guess it's for the wounded vets. But she's been going for years. But she goes because Christopher Knight, who played Peter Brady on the Brady Bunch, goes there every year. I think he's in California or whatever, but he comes there every year, and every year she gets so excited. She tries to downplay it, but I guess she saw him tonight, but also met his dog, I think she said. I just call him pork chops and applesauce. Pork chops and applesauce. And guy really made something out of his life, though, but apart from acting. But, yeah. 2 outs now, 3rd inning. The Blue Jays pitcher has thrown 72 pitches in less than 3 innings. This guy's arm's going to fall off. It really, really is. If anybody's been watching the games this homestand, the guy Turner, DH, if you're watching the game, next time he's up at bat or something, look at his back. Would you please explain to me? It looks like he's been wearing the same jersey all week. There seems to be a black mark, streak going down the back of it. It's so weird. So all I can think of, he's wearing the same jersey at least all week long. Who knows? Maybe since the beginning of the season. Maybe he doesn't like it washed. Baseball players can be so superstitious, but like I've heard of guys that won't change their socks till they rot off their feet. And I remember years ago trying to explain to somebody who knew nothing about baseball about sanitaries, and they thought I was talking about something different. I go, no, it's the type of sock the ball players wear, because you put those on and protect your feet, and you don't want to get toe jam and athletes, whatever, because you sweat when you play baseball and I wore leather cleats. Your feet are can be drenched at the end of the game. So they wear these things, and it's something you can probably change during the game. I wore them in high school, but I think somebody thought I was talking about some other kind of sanitary thing. And then you put your game socks on over that and everything. But still drives me crazy. These guys that wear their pants at the top of their shoes. Everybody was supposed to wear everything similar, at least didn't have to be exactly the same, but it's still. I remember Manny Ramirez that I was waiting for the day every game that he was just going to trip over his own pants. Well, 3rd inning just ended, so I think I'm going to let everybody go here. Just want to let you know, when you bitch and moan about everything else, when you're in a good mood, you got to tell people you're in a good mood. Who knows how long it will last? I'm not a Svengali. I can't see into the future. Hope Jamie Foxx is getting better. There's a commercial on with him right now with Kevin Garnett. It's hilarious. He's standing in a box and he's still too short. But a question. It's funny, I guess. So Nick Cannon's filling in for him in his Beat Shazam show. And Kelly Osbourne, now I don't know how the show works, but apparently there's a DJ. And Jamie Foxx's daughter is the DJ when he's doing the show, but they have Kelly Osbourne filling in. Doesn't Nick Cannon have 27 kids? I mean, can't he bring a 5-year-old out or something? Does he have 2 nearly grown kids or teenagers with Mariah? So what was Kelly Osbourne? Had nothing going on, it just seems odd. Kelly Osbourne, the girl has no talents, okay? She doesn't talent for anything. The best thing when she was on was that Joan Rivers show, and then Joan died. But whatever she said in that show never made any fucking sense either. Ba 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 ba, red carpet, ba 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 ba. You know, I love the Osborne show when it was on, but I didn't expect either one of those kids to survive till adulthood. Whatever, or they never leave the house, you know, because they don't have any. They don't have any entertainment talent. And neither one of them, how about go to college or something like that? But no, Ozzy's my dad. We'll be all set. If they just will let poor Ozzy retire, you know, so he doesn't drop dead on the stage or in a recording studio or something like that. But anyway, all right, now I'm definitely going to let everybody go. Again, good mood. Good mood. I got some good food at the Wally Mart. Gonna be cooking up some stuff next week, so little things I like to put together that are kind of inexpensive. I should do a cooking episode. I mean, like, I could literally make a dinner for less than $5. I mean, when I was much younger, I could make a dinner for less than $1. Believe me. I have never had an extra dollar in my life. Maybe it's because I just never had that desire. I just want to be able to pay bills, do what I had to do, and I don't know. But anyway, well, finally, I'm going to go now. Everybody take care. Hope everybody else is in a good mood tonight, too. You know, whoever this reaches, Hall of Distinguished Gentlemen, Socks for the Homeless, 330,000 people, one package of socks. It's not that hard to do. They cost less than a pack of smokes. They cost less than a 12-pack of beer. A dozen socks. $10, $11. Go to Walmart, Target, wherever. Don't go to Target. Target's too expensive. Jesus Christ. Wherever you get them, and just drop them off. 330,000 people. Nobody's figured out that number yet, have you? 330,000 people. You know, I don't ever really get comments or anything, but I hope somebody does comment and tries to figure out what that number means. Okay? A correlation of whatever it is. All right, I'm going. Take care. Bye-bye. Carry on.